6 billion won.
6 billion? I thought it was 600 million won.
They don't know everything there is.
And all those stocks that guy said that you lost. You did that for real?
It wasn't just stocks, no. It was futures too.
Hey everyone, Dalton Grados with Grados Capital here, and welcome to a simple introduction to futures and futures trading. We're going to go over what are futures, how they work, and how we can trade them. Now, previously on this channel, I have covered a lot of material related to complex options strategies, high probability trading. This is something totally different. And so one thing I've been doing in my trading to supplement all of the stuff with credit spreads and stuff is intraday trading with futures. Now, this is something that's much more active, requires a lot more technical analysis, and you're really actively trading in and out during the day. And using futures is a very powerful leverage tool that can allow you to really make a lot of money very quick. And so I'm going to kind of go over that here. First of all, what is a futures contract? Well, to put it very simply, it gives the seller of the contract an obligation to sell you the underlying at a certain price at a future date. So let's just say, for example, I bought a futures contract to buy a barrel of crude oil for $50 a barrel, and that contract expires in December. Now, let's say come December, no matter what the price of oil is, I get to buy it for $55. So if the price of oil is $70, then I made $15 automatically off of that barrel of oil because I got to buy it for $55 even though the market price was $70. Conversely, if the market price of oil goes down to $30 and I'm buying it for $55, well then I automatically lost there. That's the basic mechanics behind futures contracts. And so institutions utilize futures to lock in prices for goods, commodities, and traders like us use the contracts just to buy one contract and have the asset go up and then sell the contract again to somebody else. And so that's what we're doing as traders. And so some things to know about futures contracts. You can have futures contracts on stock indices, on commodities like crude oil and metals like gold. And well, here's just a list of all the futures. The other thing to note about futures is that they are not confined to regular market hours of 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can trade futures pretty much around the clock. They only close on the weekends, mainly just Saturday because they open back up Sunday evening. And you can trade in the middle of the night. The futures markets are open. They only close for a couple hours in the evening just to settle funds. And another great thing about futures is that they are not confined by the pattern day trading rule, the PDT rule, which limits you to 3 day trades a week if you have under $25,000 in your account. That does not apply to futures. You can do as many day trades as you want. Okay, so how do futures work when we're actually trading them? Well, basically, it goes by the tick. So each underlying, whatever you're trading, commodity or stock index, or the NASDAQ or the S&P, whatever it is, gold, has a different tick value. And for this video, just to keep it simple, I'm going to just stick with the S&P 500 futures to reference. So for a standard futures contract, the tick value is $12.50. So a tick is 0.25 of 1 point of movement. It's the smallest movement that it can move. So for each tick, you can gain or lose $12.50, which makes 1 point of movement being 4 ticks. A tick is a fourth of a movement, the 0.25. So for every 4 ticks, that's 1 handle or 1 point. So if I go from, $44.99 to $4,500 on the S&P, that's 1 handle, 1 point. That would be $50 per contract. And then you can start to see how just a little bit of movement can potentially make or lose a lot of money, especially if you're using a lot of contracts. And so typically the majority of people who trade futures are scalping them very quick in and out trades. I mean, you could hold them overnight, but they can offer so much return very quickly with that amount of leverage that it makes for very great quick trades. And so there's a lot involved in this. I'd recommend, if you're going to trade futures, that you really study up on technical analysis and really know how to read the charts, read the markets. These are technical trades when you're just scalping. And so I'm going to take you under the hood a little bit. We're just going to kind of do a demonstration if you're new to this, just to kind of show you the general feel of how I trade futures. But obviously there's going to be a lot more to this, and it's going to vary, based on your personal skill level as a trader. If you're new to trading in general, then you definitely have a lot more learning to do to be able to really do this effectively. But you can always start trading futures with a simulation account using fake money, and you can also start trading futures with the micro futures. So those tick values that I mentioned earlier, there are micro futures which are 1/10 of the size. So a handle is $5 instead of $50. There's even also the smalls, which I believe are half the size of that. So it's 1/20th of the size of a standard futures contract. Those can be really good for getting started. That way you're using real money, so you're not just throwing it around like a demo account where it doesn't matter. But it's not going to kill you if the price moves 5 points against you. You're not going to lose $250. All right, so here we are. I'm using TOS on demand for this because I'm making this actually when the markets are closed. I'm making this on a weekend. This is kind of basically the standard setup you kind of want to have. You want to have your charts. You want to have this active trader over here to buy and sell very quickly. So, obviously this is just for demonstration purposes. This is not really an ideal setup to trade anything really. It's just flat. But let's just, for demonstration purposes, say I want to buy here. I would just click that. So I have a limit order for $44.99.25. Okay, I'm filled. So now you will see the price move here. Okay, we jumped up 2 ticks. So let's say I sell it there. Boom, I just made 25 bucks. Now this is using one standard ES contract. So just to show you how powerful this can be once we size up, let's go ahead and bump it up to 5 contracts. All right, and see what that does. So I bought at 45.0175. Let's see here. All right, we're up a tick. That's 62.50 in 1 tick. All right, looks like we're going up here. I'll probably cut this in editing just to get to where we can take profit. All right, and the market came all the way up to 45.05. I was long here down at 45.0175. Let's sell that. Oop, bring it down. Boom, and we made 775 bucks with a couple points of movement. A little less than 5 points there. So that's just kind of the mechanics of how this works. Obviously, we're on 1 minute candles. We're reading our charts. This is just a demonstration, but it's a lot different with real money. Of course, do this at your own risk. And so that's it. In that demonstration there, it might have looked super easy. Obviously, it's much more complex than that. I would highly recommend, especially if you're new to trading, and to, of course, invest in yourself, invest in studying a lot, and learning the markets for real, and trade on a simulation account, trade with the micro or the small futures so you don't have as much money at stake. And look, this can be a very fun, engaging, and powerful way to trade, and it's really just a different style. This is not for everybody. I have plenty of people that come to me and say, hey, I see what you're doing. I want to be able to earn money, but not really have to pay attention to the markets that much. Hey, credit spreads are like the perfect thing for you. This is for somebody who wants to be an active trader. and you know there's lots of profits and risk that comes with that. So hopefully this was helpful. This is just a simple introduction to futures trading, kind of what it is, what it looks like, and let me know in the comments below what else you'd like to see, if you'd like me to elaborate more on anything related to futures. And if you're into trading, they can be a very powerful tool for you. So again, hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And also follow me over on Instagram. I'm very active over there. Thanks. I'll see you guys next time.